Hello, I have not posted a video for a while and just wanted to show a new piece of equipment I've got. I'm still doing this, but I've just been so crazy busy that I haven't had time to record anything. I've made a few videos, but I just haven't had time to edit anything. Um, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure where my GoPro is right now. I think it's in my laptop bag, but I haven't really gotten into it for a while. Just like I said, I haven't had time to do anything really. Just been working for the police, repairing stuff, working around the shop, repairing whatever equipment we have that's not down, um, and then just crazy busy. This has really been an unbelievable year for lawn stuff. Been picking up leaves like crazy. Maybe not as much as I did last year, but I still did it quite a bit. I'll tell you one thing that's really helped is my new Laser XS with the bagger on it. I've never used one before, and I got to tell you that I feel like it's saved me a ton of time on a lot of yards where I used to try to blow the leaves into a tarp or just blow them to the curb, whatever. I'd spend a good hour or two just blowing leaves. Now, I had my debris loader on last year, so I was able just to vacuum them up real quick. And I didn't have time to put it on this year, partially because one, last year I had it in my truck bed, and I didn't really feel like driving around with that thing in the bed of my truck all the time. Plus, this truck stands a little bit taller than the Ranger, so that means my leaf box would probably be like 8 feet, maybe 8.5 feet. So, um, giant wind sail. So, the plan was to put the debris loader on the front of the trailer, make a bracket for it, do all that kind of stuff. I just never got around to it, never had time. And then there's also the lifting of it, and I believe it's right around 300 to 400 pounds. So, I don't have anything to lift it with. That's the other problem. I don't have a stray tree in my yard. I don't have really anything around. I could take it and put it on my trailer, take it to work, borrow our Bobcat, pick it up and put it on the trailer that way. But like I said, I just never had anything to put it on. And I could have made something, but like I said, that thing is so heavy that I just didn't feel comfortable really doing it the way I wanted to do it. Like I said, the biggest thing, I don't want that thing coming off because if it does, it's not just like gonna fall on the ground. At least maybe I'd get lucky and they'd do it in the parking lot, and then maybe I could muscle it into the trailer. But I would say chances are it's just going to drop off on the interstate. And what happens when a 400-pound calf drop comes your way? It's going to probably kill someone. So um, I'm going to mess with it next year. We're definitely going. Actually, I'm probably going to do it this summer just to be ready for the fall. But anyway, uh, here is the new piece of equipment that I purchased, and looking forward to using it. I think it's a pretty solid machine. It's a Snapper Pro Sw30, in case you're wondering. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of information on YouTube about these creatures. I'm guessing it's because the part of the Ferris line, Briggs& Stratton owns Simplicity, Ferris, and Snapper Pro, and I feel like more people just usually purchase Ferris because it's a more widely known name, and Snapper Pro. To me, before I ever bought my first one, I always assumed that it was junk. The one that I was looking at looked pretty nice. My S50, that thing has a lot of features, and it is just a really durable machine. But before that, all I knew Snapper was just the barstool mower that Forrest Gump was on in the movie. And I feel like that's what a lot of people know. Now, I've had a few other little Snapper machines here and there, and it seems like they always have a couple of extra features that regular machines just don't have. So that's kind of neat. But anyway, this is going to be my first video over it. Definitely going to have some more videos coming. Like I said, for those of you out there who have one of these things, I'd be happy to share any type of information with you. The book does a pretty good job explaining a lot of things. The only thing it doesn't really explain is the transmission belt. I don't know how to change it. I have a couple theories. My dealer says that you usually have to lower the transmissions to actually get it out. I'm thinking that if you take the tensioner bolt all the way down to maybe like the last thread where it's still on, that gives you quite a bit of room, and you can slip the belt over it. Then you have to take the clutch bracket off to slip the belt down behind it. And I believe there's two open holes above both transmissions where you can see them spinning. I think what you can do is put a nut or put a socket on there and spin the nut off and take the retaining plate off, which also gives you access to the fans. I don't think you can get the fans out, but the belt spins above the fans if I remember right. So I think if you take those top plates off, and take them out the holes, I think that gives you enough room to slip the belt over the pulleys and get it out. I'm not 100% sure on this. I don't even want to change that belt until I actually have to, just because, like I said, it looks like an absolute nightmare. And, you know, hey, maybe once I do it, it's only going to take 30 minutes, but it still looks like it's problematic enough that I'm kind of terrified to mess with it. So anyway, which that says a lot, because I'm not terrified to tear into anything. That thing, so, you know, watch the video. Hope you guys get something out of this. Hope you enjoy it. And I guess I'll see you next season when the grass starts growing again. Thanks for watching. Real quick, I kind of went sidetrack on that one, but what I was going to say is my Laser XS bagger has helped a lot, because where I used to move all the leaves to, you know, areas like the trailer or whatever to get to them. This year, I was able just to blow them away from the houses or away from the properties and simply just suck them up that way. And the way that this thing works, it doesn't really work like a vacuum like you might think it does. It's essentially, for the most part, whatever the deck can pick up, normally, and throw out the side, the blower assists and projects it into the hopper behind me. It does kind of create a little bit of a vacuum, but, you know, not like a crazy amount. So anyway, so put 2 new Turf Masters on it because they're completely trashed and wore out. I mean, I could have still used them, but I'm going to be using this thing on a hillside primarily, so I wanted some good tread. So I think they were 80 bucks a piece, maybe 85, I don't remember, something like that. So we're just going to say 200 with shipping and handling. I think it was less, but I don't remember. Governor shaft seal. Just did the valve lash because it's ticking, which was pretty, it was kind of close, but set to 4,000, so this thing's quiet as can be now. Did a few other repairs here and there. Re-welded the muffler bracket because I'm guessing at some point this engine was pulled, or it's a new engine. And they put the tension rod backwards, and when they did, the bolt pushed through the manifold. Put a little dent in it, but I'm guessing that's how they got broke. But put all 3 new pulleys on the bottom because they're all the wrong pulleys. The deck belt had the wrong tension spring. Not really sure why. So ordered the factory correct one. So that was like 26 bucks. Changed the hydro oils because I don't know one that's ever changed, and it came out kind of nasty. Not like metal shavings, just gross looking. I don't even know if it was the right oil because, again, something else that was messed with was the hydro transaxles in this, which are 3100s. The fill plugs on both sides are backed out about 2 turns, so we're everything tight. So it could have very well also been getting water intrusion into it. Didn't look milky, but it was kind of gross looking. What else? Threw a fuel filter on just in case. Put new plugs in it just in case. Really, that's about all I've done to this thing. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Fires right up. One other thing, I got to put another clutch on it because the clutch bearing is wore out. I swear to God, on everything that I buy, including my ZK, which this one I can get an extreme clutch, which I got one of those for my Laser, which I got to tell you, I'm pretty impressed with the quality on that thing. That was like 250 bucks, maybe 220, something like that. I don't exactly remember. But this one, I looked it up, it's 158, so I'm okay with that. Wouldn't mind throwing another clutch on it anyway, just because I'm going to make my money off this thing. I'm going to guess the job I'm going to do with this, because it's a pretty huge retention pond, probably going to be a 2-3 hour gig, and I'm probably going to be getting 300 or 400 a cut out of it. So I'm okay spending money on this thing if it's going to give it back to me. But anyway, probably just throw another clutch out just in case. My ZK, unfortunately, not to change the subject, still have not found an aftermarket clutch, which, you know, okay, it is what it is. I love that thing. I'll spend money on it. Unfortunately, that one is about $504. So, yeah, so there's that. But anyway, that's where I'm at on this beast. So I had to do a few repairs to it here and there, but not a whole lot of work. So I think I'm doing pretty good.